Hey guys, it's Mooty here, and I have another live Wi-Fi battle for you, so if you enjoy this video, you can leave a like, and I will have a team building video on the team that I'm using in this episode. I don't know when, but I will have it up at some point, because I enjoyed doing the team building videos, so if it helps you guys, then at least it'll kind of help you to see how I use the team. Anyway, this is a team that I'm using that I made because of the Greninja Suspect test, and it's basically made for the lack of Greninja meta, if there is one, because at the current time the Suspect test just ended and they're currently in like the voting phase of it. So he's running Heatran, Klefki, Starmie, Metagross, which is probably his Mega, Dragonite, and Bisharp. I do have to watch out for the Metagross, but that's why I run my Ferrothorn, because it's honestly the best way I have to deal with it. I also have to watch out for Bisharp, because I do have the Intimidate Lando, so it's going to be kind of annoying to deal with, and making sure that I don't give it a boost or something like that. Bisharps tend to be really annoying to deal with. Same thing with the Defog, because I do have the Latios, I have the Defog on it instead of the Recover on this one, and I still don't have my Clefable set from the last video, unfortunately. It's still the Wish Protect one, but we'll just deal with that. With Dragonite, I kind of got to watch out for the weakness policy if he has it, so getting Stealth Rocks up would be useful. For his leads, I could see either Heatran or Klefki being a lead, so in that case I'm going to lead off with Rotom Wash as my lead. And I know I've said this in other videos before, but Rotom Wash is a really good lead in most cases, because if the matchup is unfavorable, as long as you feel like you're in like a safe position to just Volt Switch out, you're able to Volt Switch out, and then you can get nice damage off, as well as break any potential focus sashes. And if you're against physical attackers, you can just go for the Willow and stuff like that. So against this Rotom, because I'm used to them Thunder Waving, and it's usually like Thunder Wave, Foul Play, might have screens. They also might do, I'm not sure if they have spikes or something like that anymore, because since the ban of Swagger, I haven't seen them used much. However, one thing that I know is that I'm pretty safe to Volt Switch out if I wanted to. Like Willow would be nice for residual damage, but it's really not that necessary. I could go into Lando and threaten him out, so that's probably what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to Volt Switch out and go into Landorus. He's going to go for the Toxic, which is fine. Like, it's annoying, but like I do have the ability to recover my health, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So I could go into Lando to kind of deal with him, especially because I did get the ability to Volt Switch after he attacked, so I'm sure he's not going to switch out, you know, that type of thing. So I don't have to worry about Bisharp coming in or something like that early in the game. So I could, like, what I was thinking about doing is going into Landorus and just getting the Earthquake off. I saw the Toxic, so I don't know if he's going to even carry Thunder Wave, in which case I could use that as an opportunity to go into my Ferrothorn and get the Rocks up, which is what I think I'm going to do from here. I'm going to go into my Ferrothorn and get the Rocks up. Now, his Starmie has a really good chance of Rapid Spinning it away, so that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about, is that. Another thing I could do is Leech Seed, predicting him to go into something like Heatran, but it's not really worth it. At that rate, I might as well set up Stealth Rocks, and he starts setting up spikes. Now, I do have Defog if I really have to, and I think half my team levitates, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, I'm just thinking right now, what is it worth it? Is it worth it setting up Leech Seed? Because that, I don't know. That I don't know. From the looks of it, he carries Spikes, Toxic, probably Foul Play, and then, I don't know, something for a last slot. But I think Landorus is going to be a decent option, just so I can get an Earthquake off. Because that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about getting rid of this thing just because Klefki is annoying. And I don't have too many other ways of dealing with it. So I switch out, and then he goes for another layer of spikes. Now, I could predict him to go into something like, I don't know, let's say maybe a Balloon Heatran, or he's got the Dragonite, but he probably doesn't want to have the Dragonite break its multi-scale. Other things. I think the best thing I could do is knock off. So I'm just gonna knock off predicting the switch, and hopefully it goes into something like a balloon Heatran, and that way I can knock off the balloon, because I imagine that's the only reason he would even go into Heatran. So yeah, he's got the air balloon, so that's why I'm gonna go knock off, even though like it pops the balloon. At least I don't have to worry about that. And then on top of that, it may put him in a state in which he's scared. I think he'd be scared to see if I'm just earthquaking him from there on, but no, he just lets me knock it off one more time and sets up the Stealth Rock, which I still think that the Starmie carries Rapid Spin, and I'm thinking that one more knockoff is going to take this thing out, which just would be really good in general, but it's kind of on that brink of where it may not. So he goes back into the Klefki. At least I can knock off the Klefki's leftovers, which is alright. I'm fine with that. And from here on, I'm going to switch out. Thing is, I really want to go into Latios and kind of make him scared that I'm going to defog. But I don't want to risk something like foul play happening. He might go for something like Toxic. I also have Heal Bell with my Clefable, which means that I can not really worry about any status conditions. I mean, it does put pressure on my team to get rid of them, but it means I won't have to worry about them. So I'm just thinking that it's kind of difficult. I really do want to go into Latios, but it's not worth risking the foul play, honestly. I almost want to go into the Clefable and get the Heal Bell off while this thing is out. The worst comes to worst, he might set up spikes again, but at least I'd get rid of the Toxic on the Rotom. And the thing is, I also have a way of getting rid of his entry hazard, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So what I'm thinking here, he might just either go for the Toxic, or he might go for another layer of spikes, which is fine if he goes for the Toxic, honestly. And that way I could get a Heal Bell off. I'm not really too worried about Heatran coming in, honestly. I'd rather get the Heal Bell off and not worry about Toxic. Is it? Yeah. I have Heal Bell, so I'm just going to go for the Heal Bell here. If he wants to sub spikes, that's fine. Now, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do next, because if I really want to be safe, I could just get a Wish off, switch out, and that way I can kind of see where I can kind of get Latios in somewhat safely, you know? Or I can at least make him not really want to attack me, knowing that I am going to get a Wish off. So what I want to do here is I want to go into Latios. I'm hoping the Latios might bait him to go for Bisharp, in which case I also carry HP Fire on Latios. And at least HP Fire would do, I guess, some damage to Klefki, you know? So I'm going to go into Latios here. If he wants to Toxic the Klefki, I'm okay with that. I'm just more concerned with having the Rotom not Toxic, so I can Heal Bell later on if I really have to. So what I'm going to do is, if he wants to Toxic, that's fine. Now, I think he's going to expect the Defog. I'm hoping that what I can do is I can just go for the HP Fire here, and then I won't have to really worry as much about Bisharp if I get some prior damage off on it. So I'm going to go for the HP Fire, and if he stays in, that's fine. It's also kind of going to put him in a spot where he's not really going to want to switch in Bisharp as well. So it's just, alright, he's got Dazzling Gleam. Now, it's not going to do enough, so what I am thinking I'm going to do is, it's just really risky for me to defog with the Bisharp around, but I'm gonna go for it. kind of hoping that he sacks off Klefki or thinks he can go into Heatran and take the HP Fire now that he knows it's HP Fire. Like, now that I've shown I have HP Fire, I don't know if he's going to want to switch in Bisharp, so that's kind of what I'm hoping doesn't happen here. And I am glad that I don't see Bisharp right now. The thing is, it does get rid of my own Stealth Rock as well, but it's worth it getting rid of his. So like I said, the thing that I was most worried about was the Bisharp. I got the Defog off safely, which I did originally have Recover over Defog, but like they each have their certain uses, but I found that Defog was a lot more useful just because in case there's stuff like Sticky Web that comes up, or if there are a lot of entry hazards like there are in this scenario. I basically have one more attack left in me unless I want to preserve Latios for later. I could if I manage to get a successful Wish off, but at the same time, I honestly almost want to let this thing just kill me off by going for a Draco, and he's just going to kill me off with Ice Beam, which is fine. What it can do right now is that it gives me a chance. Honestly, if I wanted to, I can get my Lopunny in, get the Mega out. He's Life Orb, so he's definitely frail. And then it also puts pressure on his team if I do get Lopunny out. Another thing that I could do is go into Landorus and go for a U-turn, or scare him out with knockoffs. He doesn't want to take those either. But I think Lopunny is going to be the best option because I'm pretty sure that if I don't have damage calc on me, but I think if I faked out and returned, then it would do a lot of damage. But either way, if he sends in something, what I'm thinking he might do is send in something like the Klefki to take a fake out, which even so, it's not going to want to take it, but that's also the thing. I don't know if I want to predict that or predict something like Metagross to come in just because it's really obvious that I fake out. It's just really safe. That's what I'm thinking. It's really safe, but I don't want to risk not doing it because I think Lopunny is one of my best Pokemon right now. It's going to be kind of my main check to Bisharp as well, so I might as well fake out, might as well be safe, even though I feel like the Klefki or the Heatran is coming out just to kind of get sacked off. And I know I won't be able to kill the Klefki, and the Klefki is at least going to get one more thing off before I can kill it, because Fake Out's definitely not going to kill it. But if he decides to go for Toxic, that's fine. I'll at least get a that almost took it out. Oh, because that was a crit. But I'll at least get a chance to... Yeah, I'm just going to return right here. If he wants to get something else... Oh, he still carries the Thunder Wave. First, I really thought they weren't going to carry double status, but I guess they do now, which is going to be a huge problem. That's going to be a huge problem. Actually, no. The thing is, I have to Heal Bell now. I have to find a way to get Clefable in and Heal Bell. So it's not the end of the world, but I have to figure out a way in which I can do that. Obviously, I guess the Heatran would threaten me, kind of. I'm trying to think if it really does or not. Because we know he already had Balloon. We know that he had Stealth Rock. If anything, it gives him a chance to set up Stealth Rock, which is what I think he's going to go for here. And I might as well go for the return, because I think at that point, return is going to take it out. But I may be completely... Like, at that point, I'm just like, I need to get some damage off on this, and it takes it out. So, for a second, I couldn't tell. For a second, I really couldn't tell, but... Alright. I was happy to get the Klefki out. I'm happy to get the Heatran out. I feel like if anything, he's going to go into something like Starmie right now because he knows he can scare me out with Psyshock. And in which case, he's right, because there really is no way I could stay in on Starmie. If he carries something like HP Fire, it's going to be annoying. I almost want to switch in Rotom, because Rotom is my special... He's like my specially defensive Pokemon on this team. I don't want Clefable taking hits. I want Clefable to come in and be able to heal my team of paralysis, because that's the main thing. For Rotom, though, I think I'm going to go into Rotom. The thing that I'm scared of is a Psyshock, but like I said, Lopunny is pretty much the Pokemon that I'm going to be relying on to win me this game. What I'm hoping for, like, I know at some point that the Metagross is going to come out, and that is going to be a huge, huge problem when it does. That did a lot more than I thought it was going to do. That did a lot more than I thought it was going to do. And that is not good at all. At this point, we're going to be sacking Rotom, unfortunately. But we're going to be sacking Rotom because we have to. And I could use this as an opportunity to get Clefable in, knowing that let's see, knowing that I can just get a Heal Bell off. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Because, like I said, Lopunny is one of my biggest things that I'm relying on, and I don't think with how bulky I am, anything that Starmie has should take me out, even a Psyshock. But I'm just saying, I don't think there's anything that should take me out, especially a Psyshock, because I am bold, so I just wanted to get the Heal Bell off. He's taking away his own health with Life Orb damage, and eventually, like, these things carry recover. Eventually, he's going to recover, but my main goal was, I know I need Lopunny, so I'm going to heal him up. Problem is that I also need to keep Clefable around for... I need to keep Clefable around for the Dragonite. That's what I am kind of worried about here. So I'm also worried that Starmie might have HP Fire, but he does have Heatran, so at the same time I'm thinking maybe it's really difficult. I might be making a really big mistake here by going into Ferrothorn. The thing is, I'm hoping he goes for a Psyshock again on the Ferrothorn. If he goes for a Recover, okay, he actually goes for Hydro Pump this time, which is fine. I don't know if he has Recover, but he definitely has the Hydro Pump, the Psyshock. I'm thinking he has to have Rapid Spin, but I'm not sure. And it's either HP Ice or HP Fire, but there would be no reason for HP Ice because he has Ice Beam. So I'm thinking that here, if he has HP Fire, he's going to go for it. If he doesn't, he's going to Recover. And it would give me kind of a chance to get Landorus in kind of safely. Like, it's not safe, but it's better than me coming in on something like a Hydro Pump, you know, or me potentially leaving Ferrothorn in there when I know I need Ferrothorn for... No, he has the Ice Beam. Well, he doesn't have HP Fire, I know that much, so, well, that was way too risky, but got rid of my Landorus. So what I am going to do here is bring in Lopunny, because that's the best, like I said, that's the best thing I can do. I had to keep Ferrothorn around, and I couldn't risk him having something like HP Fire, but I know he doesn't have it now. So, with the Pokemon that he has left, I'm thinking that he may leave this thing in to die, but I'm not sure. And the thing is, I don't want to go for a Fake Out when it may not be necessary. When something like Metagross may come in, something like that, you know, when I could kind of go for a High Jump Kick in case something like Bisharp, well, Bisharp wouldn't come in. Metagross might come in, because Metagross can take a return very well. High Jump Kick would probably kill Starmie off at this range as well. So I kind of gotta risk it, and I gotta go for the High Jump Kick. At this point, it should take it out. I was just really scared of any of his other Steel types coming in, but it just had to be done. Unfortunately, we sacked Landorus in the process by silly plays, and I also didn't get a chance to get Stealth Rock up either, which sucks. So seeing the Dragonite is not good, because I know that if I Ice Punch it now, I'm setting off a weakness policy. I'm probably setting off a weakness policy unless this happens to be a special Dragonite, and it carries something like Hurricane, but I almost feel the need to go into Clefable because I have Unaware, if it's Dragon Dance, something like that. But I'm so low to where I'm probably gonna die. But he goes for the superpower, which I don't think that he's the Dragon Dancing set I was scared of then. Or, okay. Thing is, I need Lopunny. What I can do is I can go into that, fake it out, break its. I could break its multi-scale. Like, that's honestly the best thing I could do with the 2 Pokemon that I have left, and they're both weak to superpower, but at least he put himself at a disadvantage. So, I have to fake it out. What the next problem that I'm seeing is, I have to fake it out. I have to fake it out, even though him withdrawing is so obvious. I had to fake it out. He's probably going to go into like Metagross or Bisharp. Bisharp, not as scared of. Metagross, slightly bigger problem. He's going to be his Mega. What I have to do is I have to go into Ferrothorn here. There's nothing else I can do other than going into Ferrothorn because I have Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs. If he just goes for an Earthquake, then there's nothing else I could really do. But I feel like that's really the best thing I can do, unfortunately. And then if he goes for what is it, Zen Headbutt, then at least we get some damage off. Okay, he goes for the Zen Headbutt. I take some damage, but at the same time he gets to take some Iron Barbs and Rough Skin damage on top of that. Next, he's probably going to go for an Earthquake, and I can't do much against that. I have to Leech Seed here, really. Try and get some health back. Unless he withdraws into something like Dragonite or Bisharp. At least getting a Leech Seed off isn't the worst thing in the world. Bisharp doesn't really want to deal with me either. Unfortunately, I missed the Leech Seed. I can't do much else. At this point, he's probably going to set up a Swords Dance or something like that if I had to take a guess. Missing that Leech Seed really sucked. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here. I was just hoping to get some extra damage off on it. Like, I could Gyro Ball, it's resisted. Power Whip, resisted. Like I said, this Ferrothorn was one of the most useful things I had right now on my team, so like, Leech Seeding it right now isn't really useful, so I'm just going for the Gyro Ball. I'm surprised that the Metagross just didn't kill me off with an Earthquake or something like that. So I'm not sure if he has it, which is weird unless he has something like Bullet Punch instead, which would explain why, because I think at this range what'd you call it? Not Bullet Punch, but whatever else would have killed it. Obviously, the only thing I have left is Lopunny. I have to go for a high jump kick, and the thing is that I don't think I could do much with the Dragonite. That's one thing. I don't think I could do much with the Dragonite. But either way, nothing wants to come in and take it. Like, I can obviously take a Sucker Punch from Bisharp to some extent, but since I have a feeling that he's carrying Bullet Punch on Metagross or something, it's obviously going to kill me off. And at that point, it's going to be a good game, unfortunately. But I messed up with, I guess, the Landorus over there. Kind of not playing around the Starmie well enough, thinking it might have HP Fire or something. I haven't been around too many Starmie enough to really deal with it or really kind of familiarize with the moveset. But yeah, Ice Punch is going to hit it through the multi-scale. It's not going to matter because of the Outrage, and he's going to take me out. If he didn't have multi-scale, it probably would have been different. But it was a good game. It was really close. Like I said, it did come down to me using Lopunny because it did give him the most problems, but I didn't do such a good job preserving some important stuff like the Clefable back there. But I thought it was a pretty good game overall. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. It's kind of on the longer side, unfortunately, and a bit more competitive. But if you guys want to see me use other Pokemon, let me know, and I'll try and build a team around it. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and bye.